Good evening and welcome back to One TV News with me, Esma. Let's have a look at the headlines today. Elon Musk's X platform erupts with controversial AI-generated imagery, a double-edged experiment. New Mpox strain spreads rapidly, outpacing tracking efforts and raising global health concerns. Supreme Court grants conditional bail to K. Kavita in Delhi liquor policy scam. Disappearance of crypto coach Julie Vavilova sparks speculation over links of Telegram CEO's arrest. Now news in detail. Last week, a surge of outrageous and disturbing computer-generated images flooded Elon Musk's social platform X, sparking widespread controversy. Among the shocking visuals were depictions of Trump piloting a helicopter amidst the burning World Trade Center, Kamala Harris in a bikini, and Donald Trump engaging in drug use. The outcry was met with Musk's endorsement of Grok, the AI behind the images, as the most fun AI in the world. However, as the frenzy subsided with posts about Grok peaking at 166,000 on August 15, the focus has shifted to the broad implications of AI content moderation. The rollout of Grok, which was deliberately left unfiltered, highlights the risk of minimal oversight in the rapidly evolving field of AI, even as Musk continues to advocate for less restrictive AI technologies. Scientists investigating the latest strain of Mpox, which has emerged from the Democratic Republic of Congo, report that the virus is evolving more quickly than the anticipated, particularly in regions lacking the sources for effective monitoring. The fast-moving strain known as Clade IB has drawn a renewed global attention after the World Health Organization declared a new health emergency just a year after lifting a previous declaration. Clade IB has mutated variants of the long endemic Clade 1 has already resulted in over 18,000 suspected cases and 615 deaths in Congo this year alone. Recent reports also confirmed 222 cases across 4 African countries and isolated cases in Sweden and Thailand linked to travel in Africa. The rapid evolution and spread of this strain complicate the international responses and underscore the urgent need for enhanced tracking and research capabilities. Julie Vavilova, a 24-year-old crypto coach and video game streamer, has gone missing under mysterious circumstances, prompting widespread speculation about her possible involvement in the recent arrest of Telegram CEO Pavel Durov in France. Durov, who has been evading international law enforcement since fleeing Russia in 2014, was detained at Le Bourget airport near Paris as a part of an investigation into alleged crimes against minors and global drug trafficking linked to Telegram's moderation policies and cryptocurrency use. Vavilova, who was traveling with Durov prior to his arrest, has not been heard from since the incident, raising concerns among her family. French privacy researcher Baptiste Robert suggests that Vavilova's social media post, which documented her travels with Durov, may have inadvertently exposed his whereabouts, potentially contributing to his arrest. While the exact role of her post remains unclear, they have drawn attention to the potential implications of social media in high-profile investigations. On Tuesday, the Supreme Court granted conditional bail to K. Kavita, a leader of the Bharat Rashtra Samiti, following her arrest in connection with the Delhi liquor policy scandal. Kavita, who was detained by the Enforced Directorate or ED in March and the Central Bureau of Investigation or CBI a month later, becomes the second major opposition figure to secure bail in this case, joining former Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia. The court acknowledged that Kavita had already been imprisoned for over 5 months and noted that the trial's commencement was unlikely in the near future. Justices B.R. Gawai and K.V. Vishwanathan also highlighted that special considerations for women under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act or PMLA allow for bail without meeting the visual requirements. The Supreme Court criticized the Delhi High Court's earlier rejection of Kavita's bail plea, emphasizing that her education and gender should not adversely impact her bail application.
Yes, we all are very happy. The court has accepted almost all our contention and has granted us bail today. And more than that, we are happy that today the court has given a landmark judgment on the right of a woman as far as her right is concerned to attain bail, even in ED matters. That we are waiting for the operative part of the judgment. Once it is out, we'll get to know exactly what condition has been put.
Will she be released today?
The court has indicated that it will be released by 2 o'clock today.
During the hearing, court made some observation regarding ED and CBI and the investigation.
Let the order come. Let the order come. Whatever is in the order, that is the observation of the court. Yes, we all are very happy. The court has accepted almost all our contention and has granted us bail today. And more than that, we are happy that today the court has given a landmark judgment on the right of a woman as far as her right is concerned to attain bail, even in ED matters.
Court has put some conditions on the bail. What are these?
That we are waiting for the operative part of the judgment. Once it is out, we'll get to know exactly what condition has been
Will
put.
she be released today?
The court has indicated that it will be released by 2 o'clock today.
During the hearing, court made some observation regarding ED and CBI and the investigation.
Let the order come. Let the order come. Whatever is in the order, that is the observation of the court. Yes, we all are very happy. The court has accepted almost all our contention and has granted us bail today. And more than that, we are happy that today the court has given a landmark judgment on the right of a woman as far as her right is concerned to attain bail, even in ED matters.
Court has put some conditions on the bail. What are these?
That we are waiting for the operative part of the judgment. Once it is out, we'll get to know exactly what condition has been
Will
put.
she be released today?
The court has indicated that it will be released by 2 o'clock today.
During the hearing, court made some observation regarding ED and CBI and the investigation.
Let the order come. Let the order come. Whatever is in the order, that is the observation of the court. Yes, we all are very happy. The court has accepted almost all our contention and has granted us bail today. And more than that, we are happy that today the court has given a landmark judgment on the right of a woman as far as her right is concerned to attain bail, even in ED matters.
Court has put some conditions on the bail. What are these?
That we are waiting for the operative part of the judgment. Once it is out, we'll get to know exactly what condition has been
Will
put.
she be released today?
The court has indicated that it will be released by 2 o'clock today.
Today, Kolkata police faced a significant challenge as they tried to manage the Navanna Obhijan protest march, which saw demonstrators breaking through barricades. The protest, organized by an unregistered student group, aimed to draw attention to the alleged rape murder of a 31-year-old doctor at RG Kar Medical College on August. The march targeted the Navanna building, the state secretariat where West Bengal's government, including the chief minister and senior officials, operates. Despite extensive security measures, the situation escalates as protesters attempt to reach the state secretariat, highlighting the growing unrest over the tragic incident and the demand for justice. In a recent phone conversation, US President Joe Biden praised Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi for his historic visit to Poland and Ukraine, marking the first such visit by an Indian Prime Minister in decades. According to the White House, Biden commended Modi's commitment to peace and humanitarian support for Ukraine, particularly in its energy sector. The two leaders discussed Modi's recent European trip and the upcoming United Nations General Assembly meetings, reaffirming their shared dedication to a peaceful resolution of the Ukraine conflict based on the international law and the UN Charter. They also underscored their commitment to collaborating through regional alliances like the Quad to foster peace and prosperity in the Indo-Pacific region. The Congress party has strongly condemned BJP MP Kangana Ranaut for her recent derogatory remarks about farmers, calling for her expulsion from the party. During a press conference at Congress headquarters, spokesperson Supriya Srinath criticized Ranaut for referring to farmers as murderers and adulterers, labeling the statements as deeply offensive and causing widespread outrage. Srinath emphasized that Ranaut, who holds a position both as an actress and BJP MP, has the history of making controversial remarks. Congress has urged the BJP to take immediate action in response to the controversy and address the public's anger and embarrassment over the issue.
कल एक बेहद वाहियात बयान इस देश को सुनने को मिला और वो सुनकर बहुतों का सिर शर्म से झुक गया और बहुत लोग बेहद आक्रोशित हुए और ये बयान और इस तरह के बयान देने में उनको पारंगत हासिल है, लेकिन अब वो सिर्फ एक फिल्म एक्टर नहीं, भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सांसद हैं, बड़ी चुनी हुई सांसद हैं, बड़ी प्रिय सांसद हैं, हैंडपिक करी गई थी वो शीर्ष नेतृत्व के द्वारा। कंगना रणावत ने कल कहा कि किसान आंदोलन के जो किसान थे उनको बलात्कारी और हत्यारा बताने का काम किया। इस देश के अन्नदाताओं के खिलाफ ऐसे शब्द शायद ही किसी राजनेता ने इस देश के लंबे इतिहास में कभी बोले हों। इस देश के अन्नदाताओं को बलात्कारी और हत्यारा बताया और उसके बाद यह भी कहा कि ये जो सारा किसान आंदोलन था, जो किसान अपने हक की, अपने अधिकारों की, अपने सशक्तिकरण की लड़ाई लड़ रहे थे, जो प्रदर्शन शांतिपूर्ण था, जहां 700 से ज्यादा किसानों की शहादत हो गई, जहां 1.25 से 1.5 साल तक किसान खुले आसमान के नीचे गर्मी, पानी, बरसात, आंधी में, ओलों में बैठे रहे, वहां पर इनका कहना है कि ये अमेरिकी और चीनी शक्तियां ऐसा कर रही थी। अमेरिका और चीन हमारे देश में दखलंदाजी कर रहा था, अस्थिरता पैदा कर रहा था किसान आंदोलन करा के। तो जाहिर है इस पर आक्रोश होना था। जाहिर है इस देश की रीढ़ की हड्डी किसान है। जाहिर है कि जो किसान धरती का कलेजा फाड़कर अन्न उगाता है, उसको चिंता नहीं कि गर्मी हो, आंधी हो, पानी हो, बरसात हो, ओले हो, वो अन्न उगाता है, हमारा पेट पालता है। उस किसान को अगर बलात्कारी और हत्यारा कहा जाएगा तो आक्रोश होगा। और एक बात यह भी सच है कि किसान चाहे पंजाब का हो, चाहे हरियाणा का हो, चाहे उत्तर प्रदेश का हो, चाहे कर्नाटका का हो, यह असम्मान तो कोई नहीं सहेगा। तो आक्रोश बहुत हुआ और सवाल हुआ बीजेपी से कि क्या ये आपकी सांसद कह रही हैं या ये आपका आधिकारिक स्टैंड है? क्या आप भी आंदोलन करने वाले किसानों को, हक के लिए लड़ने वाले किसानों को हत्यारा और बलात्कारी बताते हैं? क्या ये आपकी सरकार का मत है? क्या ये आपका मत है? अपना स्टैंड क्लियर कीजिए। तो आज एक रेयर मूव में, क्योंकि हरियाणा का चुनाव भी पास में है और आगामी हार तो ऐसी है कि चुनाव टालने की मांग हो रही है। पता है कि 240 पर लाकर देश के मजदूर और किसानों ने सबक सिखाया है, अभी हरियाणा बिस्तर बोरिया बंधवाने वाला है। तो एक स्टेटमेंट आया भारतीय जनता पार्टी की ओर से जिसमें कहा गया कि किसान आंदोलन के परिप्रेक्ष्य में दिया गया बयान पार्टी का मत नहीं है, उनसे गहरी असहमति है इस बयान से और नीतिगत विषयों पर बोलने के लिए ना वो अधिकृत है, ना उनको अनुमति है और उनको निर्देशित किया गया है कि वो इस प्रकार के बयान भविष्य में ना दें। तो हमारे इस मंच से कुछ सवाल हैं। आपकी चुनी हुई सांसद है, चहेती सांसद है, बड़ी लोकप्रिय है आप लोगों के पार्टी में। अगर ये उनका मत नहीं है, अगर आपकी पार्टी का ये मत नहीं है, तो निकाल बाहर करिए ऐसे सांसद को। ये मैं हृदय से माफ करने वाली राजनीति अब नहीं चलेगी 2024 में। प्रज्ञा ठाकुर गोडसे की पुजारी को हृदय से माफ नहीं कर पा रहे थे, अब ये हमारा मत कह के पलड़ा झाड़ने हम नहीं देंगे। अगर ये आपका मत नहीं है तो इस देश के किसानों के खिलाफ जिसने इस तरह की बात की है उसको किसी कीमत पर संसद में बैठने का हक नहीं है। निकाल बाहर कीजिए अपनी पार्टी से, हाथ जोड़ के माफी मंगवाइए किसानों से, और अगर ये सब कुछ नहीं कर सकते तो आप खुद माफी मांगिए इस देश के किसानों से।
A 19-year-old nursing trainee was raped allegedly by an auto rickshaw driver in Maharashtra's Ratnagiri district. According to preliminary information, the victim has taken an auto rickshaw ride home when the driver offered her drinking water. The water was spiked and the teenager lost consciousness. The driver then allegedly took the victim to a deserted place and sexually assaulted her. On regaining consciousness, the victim informed her family and later registered a police complaint. An FIR has been registered as police are scanning CCTV footage to zero out on the accused. The woman is recovering at a state-run hospital. The incident has sparked protest in the area. Local resident blocked a road for hours last night, demanding swift action in the case.
आमच्या सुरक्षेसाठी आम्ही काय करावं? एक तर ड्युट्या कराव्या, रात्री उशिरा घरी जावं, तर आम्ही काय करू? ड्युट्या करायच्या की आम्ही ह्या लोकांच्या बळी पडायचं? आम्हाला आमचं सेफ्टी तरी द्या, नाहीतर अगदी हॉस्पिटल बंद करा, पण आम्हाला सेफ्टी हवी. एकतर त्या गुन्हेगाराला शिक्षा द्या, नाहीतर फाशीला चढवा, पण आम्हाला सेफ्टी हवी. आम्ही आता बाहेर कधी पडायचं? प्रत्येक वेळी मुलीला बोललं जातं. मुलीने किती वेळा आम्ही मागे, प्रत्येक वेळी मुलीने जन्म तरी घ्यायला हवा की नको? प्रत्येक वेळी मुलगीने जन्म घ्यायला. पहिले होते मुलगी नको म्हणून मारून टाकलं जातो. आता उघडेपणी मुलीला रस्त्यावरती रेप केला जातो. आम्ही करायचं तरी काय?
जरा अजून सगळे मागे, सगळ्यांना व्यवस्थित फोटो मिळेल. सगळे मागे आले.
कलकत्ता, बदलापूर आणि आता रत्नागिरी मन विषण्ण करणारी घटना ही आता घडलेली आहे. हे जेव्हा आम्हाला कळलं त्यावेळेस क्रूरतेची परिसीमा गाठलेली आहे असं वाटतंय. मला आत्ता वाटत होतं की इतर ठिकाणी या घटना घडतात, पण रत्नागिरीच्या ठिकाणी ज्या ठिकाणी आम्हाला सुरक्षितता वाटते तर अशा घटना इथे नाही घडणार, किंवा ह्या ठिकाणी आम्ही सेफ आहोत, आम्ही काम करतो, आमची मुलं बाळं शाळेत जातात आणि कुठेतरी सुरक्षितता वाटत होती. पण जर ही घटना आता जर अशी दिवसा उजेडी जर अशी घडत असेल तर त्याची सुरक्षितता काय म्हणावी? हे अतिशय चुकीच्या गोष्टी घडत आहेत आणि मला वाटतं की ह्याच्यावरती पायबंद बसला पाहिजे आणि लवकरात लवकर गुन्हेगाराला पकडून त्याला फाशी दिली पाहिजे, ही आमची सर्वानुमते मागणी आहे.
In a tragic incident on Tuesday morning, a 35-year-old man named Sonu died after falling into a shallow drain in Delhi's Paschim Vihar area. According to police, Sonu, a resident of Piragadi camp, suffered a fit near the main gate of Janta Flats A6. During the seizure, he fell into the drain and was unable to extricate himself. Delhi police responded to the scene, recovered Sonu's body from the drain and transported him to a hospital where he was pronounced dead. CCTV footage reviewed by authorities did not indicate any foul play, and investigation are ongoing under the Bharatiya Nagrik Suraksha Sanhita. Sergio Barbosa, a Brazilian winger known for his dazzling footwork and flashy maneuvers, may not be a familiar name for many football fans. However, his presence is generating considerable buzz in Kerala. Barbosa, who has played in clubs across San Jose, Guatemala City, Laos and Delhi, is set to showcase his skills with Mallappuram FC in the inaugural Super League Kerala or SLK starting September 7th. His arrival is perfectly timed to coincide with Onam, Kerala's major harvest festival on September 15. The 45-day tournament will feature matches in Thiruvananthapuram, Kochi, Manjeri and Kozhikode, with the inclusion of international players from Spain and Latin America, adding to the excitement in a state still recovering from recent heavy monsoons. That's all for today. Be connected for more updates with me, Esma. Thank you.